There are actually foods that are bad, but not because of keeping you fat, but because it's self-harm, like a drug, right? And that you want to love your body with good foods. And when you're eating good foods, you don't have to limit yourself and you don't have to starve yourself. So it's very different though from the way they are trained in eating disorders.
It's interesting. Somebody posted in the chat that a nutritionist told them that the way that we eat is an eating disorder. You've heard that probably, that orthorexia or, the restrictive.
Yeah. Yeah. And listen, I'm also a psychiatrist. And so I'm a trauma specialist. I've worked with people in eating disorder clinics, inpatient, as well as trauma survivors. And listen, the thing about the medical world is they're always looking for a way to pathologize things, right? You can turn anything into a disease. Now, I agree that if someone is so obsessed with their food and their diet that that's all they can think about and it's generating anxiety for them, then we should be looking at that. But for me, it actually gives me a great peace. Yes, I have a very specific diet that I eat, but I don't think about it. I don't stress about it. I know what I eat and I'm so happy because I feel so amazing. So in the beginning, it can take a lot of attention because you have to learn it, right? What do I eat and how do I prepare it and how do I get it all in? But if you can come at it from a place of excitement and enthusiasm rather than a place of stress, that's going to help a lot. And so, I always talk to people about it that if you, fall down, if you mess up, that's okay. That's how toddlers learn, right? They fall down and they get up and they toddle again and they fall down and then they just keep recalibrating their balance until one day they're running, right? So you have to be very forgiving for yourself. There are eating disorders, of course, out there. And I've actually helped a lot of people. I've had people with anorexia and bulimia do my rapid recovery programs, and they've actually done really well because it's a new way of thinking where you can have unlimited amounts of these foods and it only makes you healthier and leaner and fitter, right? Whereas coming from the other way, it's like, oh, I have to limit my portions and I can't eat. I have to be hungry all the time. I don't want people to be hungry. I want people to be full, right? So, it helps rehabilitate the way they think about food. But I definitely have had some people say that, their eating disorder coaches don't like it because we're eliminating certain food groups. And when I was working with folks in the hospital, one of the things they would do is they don't want them to think about food or ingredients. They want them not to think about food at all. So just eat whatever's on your plate without thinking. And I think we can do better than that, where we can rehabilitate. Maybe those people shouldn't get weighed. That could be problematic, but really rehabilitating where there are actually foods that are bad, but not because of keeping you fat, but because it's self-harm, like a drug, right? And that you want to love your body with good foods. And when you're eating good foods, you don't have to limit yourself and you don't have to starve yourself. So it's very different though from the way they are trained in eating disorders. And so in the eating disorder world, any limiting or any quantifying or anything like that, you are now in the disordered realm. And so, yeah, you just have to understand that. And if you are someone who's feeling that way, that you are anxious, that you are not eating, that you need more psychological support, I suggest you do that. And I also suggest you find a plant-based therapist so that you don't get pressured, to eat the wrong things in order to be healthy, emotionally healthy.